In this video, I'm going to create a very simple login Android application that will register user in Parse Server through Back4App. Before you begin, you must install Parse SDK on your Android Studio project. Click the I button to watch my previous video where I have explained the procedure to connect your application to Parse Server using Back4App. After you create your server, follow this video. Let us begin by creating our user interface. Let's go to activity-main.xml file and change our constraint layout to relative layout. I add edit text inside my relative layout and set the width to match parent and the height to wrap content and the ID to username edit text. I give the hint enter username. I add the margin top 100 dp. I add 16 dp padding inside my relative layout. Next edit text will be our password. I put it below our username edit text. I put the hint enter password. I give the ID password edit text. And I want this input type to be number password. Next, I add my login button. I want this layout below password edit text. Next, I add one text view. I give the ID of my button, login button, and I want my text view to be below our login button. And I add the text to don't have an account question mark. I give an ID text view. Next, I add another button. This will be my sign up button, and this will be below our text view. and I add the ID sign up button. Alright, let's check. Now let's run our project to check the UI. Success. Let's see. Here we go. We have successfully created our user interface. Now inside our main activity.java file, we declare our edit text, our username edit text, our password edit text, our button, login button, sign up button. And now we find view by ID of our username edit text. Our password edit text, our login button, our sign up button. Now we set on click listener of our login button, and then we set on click listener of our sign up button. Now inside the on click method, we check whether the username edit text is empty or not. If it is not empty, then only we will proceed. Again, we check whether our password edit text is empty or not. If it is not empty, then I will proceed. And inside our if statement, we write parse user dot login in background. Now we get the username from our username edit text. And we get the password from our password edit text. Then we implement our callback method. Now if the user not equals to null, that means a user exists. We toast a message, login successful. Else, if user doesn't exist or anything happen, we toast out our error message. Now inside set onClick listener method of our sign up button, again we check whether username edit text is not empty and password edit text field is not empty. Then only we will proceed, and inside the if statement we write parse user equals to new parse user dot set username. We get the username from our username edit text. We get our password from our password edit text. Then we sign up and we call our callback method, and if there is no error then we toast a message sign up successful. And if there is any error, we toast the error message. Now let's run our project to see it's working or not. Let's try to log in first. Nothing happens. Sign up, nothing happens. Now we write something inside our username edit text and give a password. Look, invalid username or password because there is no user called John. So if we try to sign up, we see sign up successful. Now when we refresh our Parse dashboard, we see a new user has been created and the username is John. Next, we create a new activity. We name it user activity. Now inside of our activity user.xml file, We change our constraint layout to relative layout. We add a text view. And give it an ID. Welcome text view. We add a button. This will be a logout button. We give it an ID, logout button. Now inside main activity.java, under sign up button on click listener, if the sign up is successful, we call a method start user activity. Now we create this method. And we write intent equals new intent, and this intent will be from main activity dot this to user activity dot class, and we start activity and pass the intent. Now under our login button on click listener, when the login is successful, we again call the method start activity. Now let's run the program. Now let us try to log in the user that we have created previously, the username John, and the password 1234. Great. We have logged in successfully and went to the next activity, that is user activity.java. Now we try to log out, but nothing happens. Let's try to fix that. Now we come back to user activity.java and declare our button, logout button, our text view, welcome text view, now we find view by ID of our logout button, and then our welcome text view. Now let's create a new string, name it welcome message, and we write welcome space, we get the username from parse user dot get current user dot get username. Now we set the text of the text welcome text view to welcome message. Now we set on click listener on our logout button, and inside on click method we write parse user dot logout, and we write intent equal to new intent, and we go back to from user activity dot this to main activity dot class, and we start activity and pass the intent. Now let's fix the text size of our text view. We make it 30 dp, no sorry sp, now finally let's run our application and see. Now let's log in to the user that we have created. The username is John and the password is 1234. We log in, we see the welcome message John, and when we press logout we go back to the login screen.
Thanks for watching. If you find my video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel.